During the chaos of World War II, soldiers and civilians alike faced countless dangers, not all of them visible. Among the unseen threats, one of the most persistent and deadly was stomach illness. Contaminated food and water claimed far more lives than many realize. Yet, amid rationing and battlefield scarcity, an unlikely ally emerged: vinegar. Yes, the common kitchen staple that seasoned your grandmother's pickles became a secret weapon against gastrointestinal infections. This is not a story of myth or folklore. It is rooted in practical wartime science and observation, and its lessons remain strikingly relevant today. In the field, armies lacked the luxuries of modern sanitation. Water sources were often contaminated, food spoilage was routine, and the threat of dysentery and bacterial infections loomed large. Military doctors quickly observed that certain measures could significantly reduce illness. Vinegar, specifically diluted acetic acid solutions, showed remarkable efficacy. Troops who regularly consumed small amounts of vinegar in water or on their meals experienced far fewer cases of digestive distress. The acidity created an environment in the stomach and digestive tract that inhibited harmful bacteria, making otherwise risky food and water safer to consume. The logic was simple but ingenious. Vinegar lowered the pH of water and food, creating conditions hostile to pathogens. While it did not sterilize food entirely, it substantially reduced the chances of bacterial growth, especially in warmer climates where spoilage was rapid. Field manuals from some armies even included vinegar as part of emergency rations, emphasizing its preventative role. Soldiers didn't need complex recipes to benefit from vinegar. A common practice was to add a tablespoon of vinegar to a cup of water before meals. This small step could drastically reduce the likelihood of gastrointestinal infections, particularly when consuming food that had been stored for extended periods. In some units, vinegar was sprinkled directly onto raw or lightly cooked vegetables, effectively reducing contamination risk without altering taste significantly. Civilians also embraced this knowledge. Homefront manuals recommended pickling vegetables not only to preserve them for winter, but also as a daily source of mild acetic acid. Households facing shortages of clean water often added vinegar to drinking water or soups. This created a protective buffer against bacteria lurking in food and liquids, saving countless families from preventable illness. The brilliance of vinegar lay in its simplicity and accessibility. Sterilization techniques like boiling water or canning were effective but required fuel, time and equipment that were often, pretty scarce. Vinegar offered a low-cost, low-tech alternative. Its widespread availability meant it could be deployed anywhere, from crowded trenches to rural kitchens, without specialized tools. Furthermore, it was non-toxic, making it safe for daily consumption, unlike some chemical disinfectants used experimentally during the war. Research after the war confirmed what soldiers had observed in practice. Acetic acid disrupts bacterial cell membranes, slowing or halting their growth. While not a substitute for proper sanitation, it significantly reduced infection risk when applied consistently. In essence, soldiers and civilians unknowingly engaged in an early form of preventive microbiology, using household knowledge to counter deadly pathogens. For backyard historians and survival enthusiasts, vinegar is more than a condiment. It's a practical survival tool. If you are storing water for emergencies, adding a small measure of vinegar can help inhibit bacterial growth, especially if purification tablets or boiling are unavailable. When gardening or foraging, lightly pickling wild greens in vinegar not only preserves them but makes them safer to eat. Even in everyday cooking, incorporating vinegar into meals can offer a mild, natural safeguard against occasional foodborne bacteria, particularly when sourcing from local or homemade producers. For those experimenting with traditional methods, making your own vinegar from fruit scraps or leftover wine provides both a sustainable practice and a nod to the ingenuity of wartime resourcefulness. It's a hands-on way to connect with history while applying knowledge directly to modern survival situations. World War II's vinegar trick reminds us that sometimes the simplest solutions are the most effective. Amid high-tech survival gear and modern sanitation methods, we can still draw inspiration from practical low-cost measures developed under extreme circumstances. Vinegar, once a secret weapon in the fight against stomach illness, continues to serve as a versatile tool for preservation, safety, and everyday health. Whether you're a history buff fascinated by wartime ingenuity or a survivalist looking for reliable low-tech strategies, understanding how vinegar was used during World War II offers both perspective and practical insight. By applying these principles, you honor the resourcefulness of those who lived through the war while enhancing your own backyard preparedness. If you found this guide valuable, make sure to subscribe and share this video with fellow enthusiasts. Every tip we uncover from history can be applied today, and your support helps us continue exploring these hidden lessons from the past. Stay curious, stay resourceful, and keep bringing history to life.